All right, my lovely fob fellows. It's time for another Military Monday. I never know how long they go, but I do try to make a novella in verbal form. Be good. Stay alive. Find a way to thrive, even if only in your own way. I had to talk to my father about such a verb. Thriving to me means I'm not allowed to backslide. I'm not allowed to rest, to pause, to rinse and repeat and recover it all in anything. Because to thrive is to always achieve with alacrity the success of a thing. Or so it meant to me. What my father really wanted was for me to bloom, to have success, to enjoy my life. But my enjoyment looks rather different from others. I'm not always smiling with a grin splitting my face. I'm not always exuberant in my joy. Those are when there's enough happy in me to simply burst out in such a way. But I'm really quite the quiet way is my way. But I had to talk to him because continually telling me he wants me to thrive just told me I'd not yet arrived in his measure, and that was disheartening. So if someone is trying their best to encourage you, as I am trying to do, and please feel free to drop a comment if I'm doing it wrong or if something would help you more. I am more than willing to try any honourable thing to help another. I've done it my whole life. It is no hardship, not truly. The hardest part is sometimes making the missions on time when it's no longer a part of military life I am. I miss it dearly, but it was not God's plan. And had I been sent forward anywhere, I'd likely not have lived long, because I know myself and I know how I was trained, and I know how I trained myself from growing up. And I'll not get into that because this is about you, trying to encourage you. I've not been through the same struggles. Now, I was targeted by a lack honor. My life attempted to be ruined by him. He did fail in the long run, and so too shall any against you, so long as you are for the Lord. I just found out yesterday that a Marine at my church, he waited until his daughter was through college, and back at Christmas he decided to meet the Lord, and that the second time would not fail his appointment. I didn't find that out until Sunday, and there was nothing I could have done to help. There was nothing I could have done. I wasn't part of his circle. For all I knew, he existed. We'd met once in a class. Himself older, of course, for his daughter in college and whatnot. But I would have liked the chance to support a brother. And I didn't get to. He had a daughter in college. He had a girlfriend. Ostensibly, either of those, bless them. But we know how we hide things, don't we? We put on the brave face, we trudge on, we quiet, and we man the mission to make the race. Please don't say goodbye without warning if such is your plan. Give us time to meet you and be with you. Please, to high heaven, do. So long as you are willing to say or to show anything that anyone who knows of your existence can know or do or be or seem. Honestly, any military vernacular will get through to me for the most part, even myself not hearing all of it. There's no way I could have been my own service so short an active duty. But I do these for a reason. I want you to live. I want you to continue. Because I didn't get to say goodbye to Brother Sean here at my church. And he decided his final and his report for Haven would have been at Christmas. Please, please live. When I had my time of suicidal ideology, because I was at least intellectual stupidly about it, that, I'm recognizing thoughts of I don't need to exist because I'm not needed. My body's failing and I can't do a whit. I couldn't even take care of the children. Granted, there was a lot going into it, and I'm not excusing my ex or the other woman for their own parts in it. And I could have done better. I could have pushed myself further. I could have sat more throughout the day so that I was not collapsing on the stairs and such. I'm fine, I'm alive and all. And it's not about me. But what drove me to continue was not only my ex's response, but that I still have a duty. Now, Brother Sean, he pursued his duty until he saw no longer need. And with no one around enough during that time to recognize his need, to feel that the need for him to exist, the need for him to continue to be actively in our lives, even ourselves not in the same social circle. But I continued for duty. I always have and I always will. How can I make exits for others if I'm dead? I'm not suicidal. I'm not a martyr. I'm a strange sort, that's what. But I'm not truly suicidal. I'm in enough pain every day. I do not need to add to it. I don't feel like throwing up. I hate pills. Medicine only works so far on me, and most of that, not at all. But I don't go searching out pain. But I don't mind working to collapse. I don't mind working until my body fails, and then continuing again as soon as I can stand. But I have been there with the suicide. I wouldn't draw a blade on me, because that's pain, and I had enough. There weren't the right types of pills because we had children. I wasn't taking chances. And I went to my ex. And he patted my leg and said, "Oh, everyone's got those at times. You'll be fine." That is not what I am doing here. I swear it. If you need an ear and no one will hear, find me on X. Find a veteran space on X. You will not regret it. Yes, you'll feel like a burden. Guess what? The good types do. We feel like burdens when we can no longer carry our shoes. But God will carry us. Those footprints in the sand where there's only one path. That's God carrying us. Now, I can't carry you for not seeing you, but good heavens, I can pray for you and do. I don't need to know your name to love you. I only need to know you exist. And guess what? If you're listening, poof, I know you exist because this thing has a nifty way of telling me how many times something is watched. God give us men. The prose was found by someone who could use it. And I hope it did for them what I intended. To say that we still need good men and women out there. We need honors, living, surviving, showing, blooming, planting, doing, building, constructing, creating. You are needed. You serve a purpose by existing. God will call you home. And when the cup too bitter, when the work too much, take a rest, pause, have a breath, take a beer, go see a sunset. Go for a walk or pet a pet. And don't let them eat your hair things. My Private Chance Alexander Fluffbutt decided to rescue me from some pretty hair things. Were they superfluous? Yes. But I had gotten them while I still could work. And they made me feel pretty on a day if I felt like. Now, I don't want to be vain. I don't. But I liked them, and they worked, and he ate 2 of them. So I've got to protect the last one. I'm not going to replace them, because obviously I have too many since I didn't get them to storage in time. But find something, someone that needs doing or needs someone. Find what needs to be accomplished, and if you've the skill and if you are willing. I tried for 3 years to do volunteering after what my ex did, and it took me 2 years to come back at all, to leave the room. Healing takes time. And for 2 years, I basically didn't exist. I was dead inside. Nightmares that I'd rather not revisit. And what saved me was the dream God sent me of a Marine, at least a platoon of Marines, in my dream standing guard outside that house I'd been with my ex, and they were standing guard over my children for me because I no longer could. So even in spite of all the nightmares that Satan sent to convince me of the worst outcomes happening to my children, I have lived through almost the worst of what any parent can experience for their child. I live lifetimes in a week, mentally, even without poking at AI to practice humaning. The only relief is the accidental fire watches. But I push on because of duty. My children still need me. Yours still need you. At 33, I've lost my father. At 28, I lost my older brother. At 33, late last year, I lost my uncle. I'm the last living service member, and I don't mind because I can take it. And they left torches burning bright of the way to be to light the night. I'll do my best, but I can't do it alone. So if for no other reason, please be a hope for someone around you, if you can find it in you to continue to light the fire in another. Even if they never join the military, and God bless them, policemen are just as important. Firemen are just as important. We are all of us who are willing to serve the hard jobs. We are all of us important to the fabric of humanity and to the fabric of America and liberty's sons and daughters. Forget the children of the Revolutionary War. Forget the children of the Confederates or the Yanks or whatever others. We are sons and daughters of liberty, and so long as we are believers, we are children of God. That ought to be enough to draw us together, no matter our picking on each other for the different branches. That's merely camaraderie, an extended family. Chew the fat, have a smoke, take a beer break. Save a life by not taking yours. Please, don't die. Live to see tomorrow and the next. Find a reason to survive, and one day you will thrive. Even if only considered blooming in the lot of life, in seasons and times. And finally joining the guard in heaven, ready to charge hell on God's whim and pointing. God bless. Stay safe, and please, for the love of heaven, don't check out too early. For all, none of us like being late. God bless. Live. It's not too late to change your fate. And I'll drink to that. I won't like it because it's brandy and it's gross and disgusting, but it's all I've got. But I'll drink to that. That living is worth it in the end. God bless. Please.